How do composers use the Fibonacci sequence in music? Have you ever wondered how numbers can influence the beauty of music? The Fibonacci sequence is a fascinating series where each number is the sum of the two before it, starting with 0 and 1. This sequence connects closely to the golden ratio, a number that appears in nature, art, and yes, even music. Composers often tap into this mathematical pattern to create music that feels balanced and pleasing, often linking it to spiritual themes. At its core, the Fibonacci sequence shows up in the structure of musical scales and octaves. For example, an octave on a piano has 13 notes, made up of 8 white keys and 5 black keys. These numbers, 8 and 5, are part of the Fibonacci sequence. The scale itself consists of 8 notes, and the third and fifth notes from a basic chord. This connection suggests a natural harmony that composers can utilize. Composers also use the Fibonacci sequence to shape the timing and phrasing in their works. Many classical pieces, including those by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, are structured so that the lengths of sections relate to the golden ratio. A typical sonata has 3 parts: exposition, development, and recapitulation. Mozart arranged these sections so that the ratio of bars in the development and recapitulation to the exposition approximates 1.61. This ratio creates a sense of proportion that is pleasing to the ear. When it comes to melody and harmony, composers sometimes assign Fibonacci numbers to notes or keys to create musical themes. For instance, a piece might move through keys that correspond to Fibonacci numbers, like C major as 1, D major as 2, E major as 3, and G major as 5. This progression feels naturally expanding and evolving. The repetition of themes over bar groupings that follow Fibonacci numbers also contributes to a sense of organic growth in the music. From a spiritual music perspective, using the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio can connect music to universal patterns. These mathematical relationships appear in nature and the cosmos, so incorporating them into music can align the composition with a higher harmony. This alignment can evoke a deeper emotional response in listeners, as the music reflects the beauty of the universe. For composers interested in spiritual music, there are practical ways to use these concepts. They can structure musical phrases according to Fibonacci numbers or the golden ratio to create a natural flow. Using Fibonacci-based note groupings or key progressions can generate melodies that feel harmonious. Analyzing existing spiritual or classical music for Fibonacci patterns can inform new compositions. Considering the emotional impact of these proportions can enhance the listener's experience. Composers use the Fibonacci sequence in music by embedding its numbers and the related golden ratio into the fundamental elements of their work. This practice shapes the aesthetic qualities of the music while connecting it to a spiritual dimension, reflecting universal patterns that resonate with human experience.